Juice 107.2. Brighton's finest.
I'm speaking to Andrew from the band Shopping, and it's been 5 days since the release of your third LP, The Official Body, which is a wicked piece of work, might I add, in the very best way. How did you celebrate the release, and have you got over the hangover yet?
There's been no time to properly celebrate it. I can't believe it's been 5 days already. We've had quite a lot of stuff to be figuring out around the release. We've got 2 tours coming up in quick succession. One of them is like a month-long tour of America, and we've got a week-long UK one that's just around the corner. Lots of stuff to be figuring out still with band admin. So with all of us being in different parts of the world right now as well, we've not actually got together and had like a big party or anything. We've sent each other party emojis on our group WhatsApp. That's about it for celebrating so far.
Is that how far we've come in civilization?
I'm afraid so, yeah.
Well, you did briefly touch on it, because this album was approached in a slightly different way to the last album, I think, from Why Choose, which was released in 2015. A mate of mine was telling me that after touring that album, Why Choose, around the UK and US, your rehearsal space and writing space was taken over by gentrification.
Yeah, I'd say, it's kind of like, it was never going to last forever. Power Lunches was where I was employed. I booked the gigs that were happening there. It was a kind of multi-use event space, but for the most part, it was the kind of DIY hub. And we used to practice there and played a lot of gigs there, have a lot of memories attached to that space. But yeah, we all knew it couldn't last forever, but it's a shame that it had to go quite so soon after it was around for like 4 years. Yeah, elements of like gentrification, being outpriced, finding it very difficult to keep the space running how Sian, the person that ran it, how she wanted. Yeah, it's a shame, but without that, I moved away, and we had to find different ways to make practicing happen. It's been kind of good though, because I feel like we had access to a space that was we weren't really challenged to like make the most use of our time together, because we could kind of go in of a day at the drop of a hat, really. But now we've really got a plan when we're going to practice and write.
So how did you approach this album, like writing it?
I feel like we've never like tried to reinvent how we come up with stuff. We like the music we make, and how we go about making it feels very intuitive to us. We just get together in a room and jam around, see what's it. I think that's how we want to keep writing. No one wants to go away and like come up with a song or whatever. It's all very collaborative. So we've stuck with tried and tested method, but it's just been a bit more high pressure perhaps, because we've had to like make the most of our time together, me being in a different country, Rachel and Billy staying down in London, Rachel also being away a lot with touring other bands and kind of jet setting across the globe. She's in San Diego right now. So yeah, we had to really maximize our time and like make sure that we got stuff done when we were in various paid for practice rooms. But maybe it just had a bit more of a pressure cooker feel to it because of the time restraints. But
yeah,
it's always been collaborative and in the room.
And I can imagine that can have a positive effect on the music, really. In fact, I was speaking to one band who book out a studio for 2 weeks. They spend those 2 weeks writing and recording, and then at the end of those 2 weeks, they will book a show and play the whole album out in full. And yeah, they have to perform. And I don't know if I'd thrive in that situation, but a lot of people do.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not sure if we're quite there.
Yeah,
that does sound good. Maybe something we toyed with, maybe doing a kind of Rolling Stone somewhere. But yeah, it does like seeing what happens in a room. It does have a positive effect on the music. I think everything's much more energized and alive sounding, and I think we're trying our best to like get the energy from when we're playing together like live onto record. So hopefully that comes across.
Was there any particular musical ideas or themes that you wanted to explore on this album?
We've never discussed themes really when we're writing, but I think stuff that was playing on our minds, it was playing on everyone's minds, with Brexit, with Trump, everything in the political climate was definitely affecting our personal lives, playing on our minds. But I think that's always going to come out in the music. I guess that kind of anxiety and that kind of frustration is definitely going to be present in the music.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you just are jamming and not even thinking, just kind of like letting yourself make music that's responding to like how you're feeling, or all of those world issues that impact your daily life, they will come out.
And I think one of the best things about your sound is that it is very immediate. It's very much capturing a moment. It's certainly when listening to it, you get taken away, almost, you could say, hypnotized into this mood. It's certainly an amazing thing, really. I'm
glad that the immediacy of how we're writing is coming across. Hopefully it has that kind of guttural punch of like, I get this. We never try and be too poetic or too hide behind substitution.
I've got to ask, how is it working with with the man, the legend that is Edwyn Collins?
Amazing, yeah.
For those who don't know of him, he is a member of the legendary Scottish post-punk band Orange Juice, and also a producer extraordinaire, and quite the character, I've heard. Yeah,
he's fun. He's a lot of fun. Yeah, it was really good. His studio is exceptional. It's an amazing space. That was actually a little bit like kind of going on a retreat. It was somewhere between like a boot camp and a really luxury holiday. We have like set kind of regimented schedule. It was really like going to work on the music like 9 to 5 every day. But he really puts you at ease. He's a great person to work with. He had a real freeing sense of like try it out about it, everything, even though it was all being recorded analog as well as digital. Like his studio had some really nice old analog equipment in it. We were really free to just play around. It wasn't precious, and I feel like he was very open to our suggestions, and when he suggested stuff, it was really considered.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be I guess any musician or music fan's dream holidays, to spend it in an amazing studio with an amazing musical personality at the helm as well.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, I kind of pinch myself that we're getting to not only meet some of these amazing people that, I've had on my record player for a really long time, but also just work with them. It's like, that's beyond anything.
Juice 107.2. Brighton's finest.